then he's like this, and it's like, OMG, right there. Okay, so let's make an OMG face. Okay, this is what your brain does. That is the amygdala of your brain. So it's right back here. This is a smart part of your brain, which is the green. Do you guys see the prefrontal cortex?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a smart part of your brain. And then there's a part of your brain that remembers things, like books. It's like a book, and it remembers things. It has memories. It's called the hippocampus. Right now, I want you to draw the part of your brain that starts freaking out, and it starts freaking out maybe if a car is about to hit you, maybe if a ball is coming at you. Do you guys see this ball that I'm gonna hit you with?
Yes.
So what would your brain do in that type of situation?
Amygdala.
OMG. Let's do OMG. OMG. But you know what it also does OMG to? When it thinks coronavirus is out there. When it thinks coronavirus is outside somewhere and it's about to get you, your brain might be thinking, OMG, OMG, like, is this going to happen to me? Is it not going to happen to me? Is it going to happen to my parents? So sometimes there's things that it may not probably happen, but, we think that it might happen. So I want you to draw your own OMG in your brain right now. What does yours look like? So mine kind of looks like this because I created this book. So, and we're going to look at, this is the book that I'm looking at. It's called Brain-Based EQ. So in the book, there's also, again, the OMG guy, right? So this is the same page I'm looking at with you. So this OMG guy is always doing things in your brain, in your mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and make him the way you think it happens in your own body.
Okay, draw what your
head, in your own brain. So mine is a little bit like, I'm actually making it a little bit different because he does go crazy sometimes. And sometimes it's like if a teacher calls on you to go up in front of the class, your brain is mine. Drawing your own amygdala. So can everyone say amygdala?
Amygdala.
Okay. Okay, so your amygdala is kind of similar to the picture I showed you. This is my OMG. And that's when you just start freaking out, like about different things. So sometimes it's good. If a car is about to hit you, is it a good thing if your brain is saying, OMG, move out of the way? Yes, right? It's a real threat. Let's say a lion is coming to get you. You're camping and there's a lion or a bear that's about to be right in front of you. Is that scary? Yes.
No.
That's kind of scary. That's an OMG, I would think. It's just, if a really good friend says, I don't like you anymore, guess who also reacts? Okay, this guy. Do you guys see this guy now?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens is when you're experiencing high emotions, which you might be right now because there's so many changes going on, right? Because we're not in school, we're not used to being home like all day and not getting to go anywhere. So this is high emotions, the bar that shows really, really high emotions. Right. So what happens to your brain is that there's that part that's really, really smart. So see the light bulb?
Yeah.
So go ahead and draw the light bulb on your sheet. So draw a light bulb and draw it kind of in front of your OMG guy.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I want you to draw, and that's called the prefrontal cortex. Remember, it's right here.
Right here, that yellow.
Right here, point to your head. That's your prefrontal cortex. It's still developing. And then we have the hippocampus, which is the book. This is like when you have like all your memories, all the things that are stored in your memory. So this is your hippocampus in your books. And it reminds you like why you love your parents, even though maybe you say I hate you to them because amygdala takes over, why you are friends with certain people, and then when they say something mean to you, you say I don't want to be your friend anymore, but then you forget that you had all these fun, awesome times with them. So amygdala is not good when sometimes it's not a real threat, but it is good when it's like a real threat and it's helping you move away from things that might hurt you. So it's good and bad, okay? So what is happening when this gets really, really worried or stressed out is, so first, let me see if you guys drew. So what I like to do is I like to use green for the prefrontal cortex because it's kind of just reminds me of that it's smart. It's like the go sign, like when the prefrontal cortex is working, you can make good decisions. And I like to use blue for the books. So I'm gonna color this blue with this green. And that's how it is in my book, or that's how it is in that chart right there. Okay, you guys see this? It's green for prefrontal cortex, the smart guy, and blue for the memories. So go ahead and show me yours. I want to make sure you have those three things drawn: prefrontal, amygdala, and hippocampus.
You have to do
the So the hijack is I want you to cross out your prefrontal cortex and you cross out your hippocampus. So in my book here, that's what I tell them to do. So this amygdala hijack, I tell them cross off the prefrontal cortex and cross off the hippocampus, because actually these things stop working. And with that, what I then do is I take the amygdala and I have it like just go into those parts of the brain. To see how I took my red marks and I went it through the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex.
Get the pig.
Because a hijack means that these two parts of your brain are not working anymore. And that's why it's not good to make decisions when you're so mad, or to think about what you're saying, because you might be hurting a lot of people's feelings if your amygdala just starts. Like if your mom says, no, you can't watch TV, then your amygdala gets really, really mad, or you can't have another dessert because you already had one. Yeah. Then your amygdala goes, I hate you, go away, I don't want to see you anymore. And it forgets all of the amazing things your parents do, and it's like not really thinking clearly. And that's what happened. So now you have a word to use. So if your parents say, what happened? Like, why did you act that way? You can say, I had an amygdala hijack, okay? So let's practice that word together. Amygdala
I'm not going to practice this.
hijack. And a hijack is it took over your brain, basically. The good part of your brain is the prefrontal cortex.
Oh, this one.
Okay, and it's that's the part that actually doesn't even finish developing until after the teen. What happens to your body is maybe you hit back because you're so mad, but maybe you cry because you're so mad too. So maybe you flight means you cry or run away and go to your room. Fight means you're punching back, fighting back. Do you guys see this page?
You.
Okay, good. Okay, so sometimes when your amygdala is hijacked, you may get a headache. You may start sweating. You may feel like your heart is beating really, really, really fast. You may start trembling, like because you don't know what to do next. You may feel like you want to throw up. One thing you can do during this time is to do some deep, deep breathing, which is different from the breathing you're doing right now. It means you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth for a longer period of time, okay? So we're gonna practice that. When I do 2, that means you breathe in and you kind of sit up straight. When you breathe out, it has to be for 3 counts because it has to be longer, okay? And that's gonna start calming that amygdala OMG part of your brain down and making you feel better, okay?